I just want to say I love the hat.
Yeah, brand new. Just
I
got
love
done
that.
with this one. It's a one of a kind,
I
but
love
it's
it.
only just to make fun of Daniel.
And you know what? I'm gonna start off straight away. It's so lovely to see every kind of voice actor that's in the game kind of be like friends and stuff. It's a lovely thing to see.
I don't know about friend.
Well, good co-workers.
Frenemies?
But
I mean,
honestly,
our
it's so
characters are
lovely.
not exactly buddies most of the time.
I would say everybody
No,
hates
no.
Black Panther, right? Isn't he the
Yeah,
bad
Black
because
guy?
Panther,
he
man, he gets
dies.
rough. Some
He
of these guys
dies.
get like Adam Warlock and Scarlet Witch. Some of these guys have it
No,
rough.
no, you know what? I've heard enough
They
already.
probably walk
Nerf
around
Adam.
with like their dark
Like, they're
sunglasses and like
hiding away from
overcoats in the
everyone.
middle of summer so people don't spot them and throw tomatoes. They kind
But
of feel like that, but Jeff has a huge fan base that love him, but he has an
everybody
equal
loves
amount of
Jeff.
people that hate him.
I've never met
But
somebody
my
that hates
opinion is
Jeff.
that if they love and hate him that much on both sides, that balances him out so that he's not forgotten.
There we
As long
go.
as they remember him, that makes me relevant.
And can we just say how like big in popularity Jeff's grown? Like it's mental.
I can give you a perfect example. Today, somebody saw my Jeff shirt and they're like, "Oh, I love your shirt." I'm like, "Oh, I'm the voice of Jeff." Like, freaked out. It's everywhere I go. Or they're like, "You're Jon Bailey. You're a big voice guy."
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
normally doesn't happen because one thing voice actors really appreciate is our anonymity. We can just
You
go
can
about with.
hide.
We can buy our butt wipes at the grocery store without people going, "You use butt wipes?"
And yeah, it's a nice
Who
part. But
cares? We're
I
people at the job.
yeah, at the end of the day, you humans and people seem to forget that.
Yeah,
But I
there's a
will
world
admit,
out there. There's a universe out there where construction workers and garbage men are get paparazzis
yeah,
take pictures of them
yeah,
while they're at the
people follow
freaking
him
grocery
around.
store. Like the celebrities are the ones doing it.
Oh, look at this guy. He brought a new construction hat. It's pink.
Exactly. Is
But
that Joe from the construction site? Can I get your
is
autograph?
that Jimmy?
Kevin, it's
But no,
you. I can't believe I'm meeting you.
it's brilliant to have you here. Like I said, welcome to the channel. I grew up knowing you as the epic voice guy, so it is
Still
amazing to
am.
have you here. Yeah, no, I know. I see you
It's
upload,
a
and I'm
it's
always
a
watching
all
them.
encumbersome umbrella of epic voices that
It's so
I do.
brilliant because you've got such a range as well. Like I know this is going to be like
Yeah, people don't
Browners
know
love it,
that
but
I
wow,
their comparison of like there's no way that Soundwave is Jeff and Jeff is Sound. I'm like, yeah, he is.
it's
I get
brilliant.
it.
It's like hey, it's like it's your job.
It's
It's
almost like it's my career.
yeah.
The funniest one I have is I had a few people like, I thought they got a real shark. You ever
What?
heard a shark talk before?
Yeah.
How'd
Well,
they
I've
get
had
it
the.
in the recording booth? How'd they use an underwater microphone so he can go?
I thought they got a real
I'm
shark.
like, I don't. How's that even possible?
Yeah, like in Jaws, they got a real shark for that. They trained actors,
Exactly. Yeah, the
trained
Jaws is
actors.
totally real. Totally real shark. Totally
No,
real. A lot of people
they get.
saying it's a fake shark, but it's totally
It's a real
real.
shark. It's real.
It's very sharkly.
We had to trim his teeth. He got a bit violent.
This time
But
about being a robot shark, fake news.
he, he did not have lasers.
He
No, but
had lasers on his freaking head. Okay,
yes,
I
I
want a
watched for
mouth full
laser
of Jeff the
freaking
Shark with freaking
sharks.
lasers. This is how every rival when they hate Jeff. That's a is that freaking Jeff the Shark with lasers on his head?
Bring the laser Jeff skin in.
Bring me the head of Jeff. You know what? Ironically, this is not even the first time I've been Jeff. I'm also
Mm.
Jeff in the Lego 2K Drive game, where the bad guy is calling out his minions for he's like, and you number two, and I'm like Jeff, and he's like, I'm sorry, what now? I was like, my name's Jeff, and he's like, what was that again? He's like, I mean, my name is number two. It's a number two joke. We get it. It's
I
a
like
poop
yeah.
joke,
Poop
everybody.
jokes.
It's
Poop
Lego.
jokes are good. Poop jokes
That's
are
the
good.
bar in Lego.
Yeah. You get a poop joke. And you know
Like
what?
every
It's aimed for
Minions movie,
kids.
you're gonna get poop jokes.
There's gonna
Sorry,
be a
this is the way it is.
always with the poop jokes. But yeah, with Jeff, obviously, you've been doing voice acting for a good while. Like I said, I grew up watching you as the Honest Trailers guy, which is just so cool. I'm very starstruck and I'm trying to play it really cool. I hope that's coming across. But
I am the exact opposite of cool. You do not have to try hard for me. I
it's
sit in a box all day long. My life is very bland and boring. And somehow somebody on a stream took a recording of that and they posted it. They posted my stream, a clip from my
that's
stream on their channel, which has 3,900 likes, who knows how many views it has, of me being tired at the end of the day, streaming at 10 p.m., talking about how my knife is not that epic. Everybody thinks that, the voice actors, like, if they don't know what we do all day. We sweat our butts off in a box and we travel and I create a lot. I enjoy doing that. They've somehow, they might as well just put in the arms of an angel for just $1 a day. You can support a lonely, bored voice actor who's stuck in the house, who has no friends and family. Like, it's the life we choose. It is That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with me. I am not in like a state of depression or dying or whatever else. There's somebody came in my comments and left me this long paragraph about you matter, live your life and
I
take
saw
care of
that.
you.
That was the other day
Because
on
I'm like,
TikTok.
what are
I
you
saw
talking
it.
about?
It was like, you are important. It's like, yes, thank you.
You take time to take care. I'm like, dude, I've lost 150 pounds. I eat Brussels sprouts and grilled chicken all day long. I go to the gym. I have an actual membership that I use. I don't have a gym equipment with clothes hanging on it. I actually go to the gym. Like I'm fine,
You're good.
guys.
You're
I
good.
like work. I like this job. See, this is the difference between this is what I feel like is so unfair because most people don't get the chance to do this. Most people
Mm.
hate their jobs. Most people did not pick the job they're at. They got stuck with the job because it was the only one that would hire them or because they had no other choice or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When you finally find a career, a job that you love and you're great at it and you do really well and it continues to get better, it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like I don't have a life. It feels like I'm doing exactly what I love doing. I love entertaining. I love spreading the joy that I have in here with other people. And hopefully it makes a difference in the world. And I try to keep to myself because of the way the world is. So don't expect much from my DMs other than a thumbs up and a thanks and a you're welcome. I come to the shows if you want to chat. That way I have a lot of witnesses. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so nobody can be like, "Hey, we played Santa Claus. I know that." Like, no, not gonna happen. I always have someone with me 24/7. I didn't show it.
Quick pen.
It was a
Quick pen.
flash. It was a quick cut. It was a flash cut. I always carry a witness.
You've got to. You've got to. It's important. But
Well, eventually I'm gonna have floating cameras just hanging around me
yeah,
24/7.
like a
Like
drone
when
just
you're
following
at
behind you.
shows, you take time to talk to everybody.
I
You don't
try.
hurry anyone
And I cannot
through the
take credit for
line.
that because I learned that from the legendary Steve Bloom himself, the voice of Wolverine and Venom
Mm.
in Marvel Rivals, as well as a million other things.
Yeah.
But I was his liaison. I started on the other side of the convention. I was staff. I was what we call a handler.
Yeah.
And Steve was pretty hands off. He was like, "Yeah, just I'm fine. No, you don't have to do anything for me."
I'm
And then
good.
later on, I found that I didn't do a very good job. I was like, "That's my first." Oh, I was just waiting for him to say, "What do you need? What do you need? What do you need?" No, he never said anything.
See, and
So
then
anyway,
you don't know
I
if
did
I
help
didn't
him
say
get booked to that
anything.
convention. Anyway, so I make a very bad first impression. And then being on the spectrum and ADHD and OCD, I understand how I come across. I promise. I'm like Jeff. I'm adorable, but I can bother people without realizing I'm being a bother. But that does not mean that I'm a horrible person. I learned from him that he took the time with every single fan that came through his line, an hour plus past his cutoff time.
Mm.
He made sure that every single person got the chance to say what they needed to say without anybody being like, "Okay, come on, you got to go." So I try to do that. There are a handful of fans that would never stop talking if they don't get cut off. So please be respectful of the people behind you. But if there's nobody else in line, obviously I'm happy to chat. It may be extremely awkward for me, but thankfully I'm a great actor, so I can pretend like I am totally okay with the forced awkward social interactions, especially when you're not paying to buy anything at the table and you're just talking to me.
You're just having a chat.
Selling things on the table helps pay the bills that I have, which is a lot. So,
Yeah, well, there.
not to quote the great, DuckTales quote, but I work for DuckTales, Larry. I don't have giant comforts
I
like
don't
private
have a
jets.
private jet.
I
My
drive a
luxury is a cup
minivan.
of coffee.
I drive a minivan that's over 200,000 miles. I am not freaking on private gold jets.
I love that interview because it's just like one's luxury you can't live without coffee.
Oh, no, a nice warm pair of socks, Larry. He's like, no. Come
Very
on.
simple.
Like, what are you talking about? Like a private jet. I work for DuckTales, Larry.
But it's brilliant because it's
And
just
that was him. That was Abed from the community
Mm.
that made DuckTales money. So we know his finances were better than what I get paid for Rivals. No, I mean Rivals. Everybody gets paid the same as far as I know. But I'm just saying, like video game work does not pay the same as animation work. Certainly doesn't come with a big fat residual check in the mail every day. So I don't make a
Mm.
penny every time somebody uses Jeff and he says yummy. And it's Yummy, by the way. It's Yommy,
Oh, it's
not
yummy.
yummy. Don't come to me with
Oh,
your yummy yummies. That ain't how I do it.
that means I need to change my
So listen
Instagram post because
cleverly.
I put yummy
Is
yummy.
my mouth saying yum? It's saying yum. Yummy
Does
yummy.
that help with the voice of Jeff with the
I just
yom
think
instead
it.
of
I tried
yum?
to make him a little bit different, because
Yeah.
like me, I am a real life Jeff. Just you know, always hungry. I eat good food. I eat fish.
Oh, no.
I don't throw them up in the air from who knows where. I'm not exactly where he pulls those fish from. I'm not exactly where he gets his endless. Okay, so according to his backstory, when he escaped the collector, he ate some pin particles and infinity stones. So I'm guessing he has an ocean of water shrunk down in there, and he expands it as
As
he's.
I
Where
see.
else is the water coming from? I just all I want to know.
It's just sweat. That's my thoughts.
And
It's just
clearly, it's
sweat.
mixed with a power stone. And that's how it's able to heal people.
You know what? You know what? That I like
Science.
that. You know what? I like that. I didn't know that he I didn't know that he ate pin particles and stuff.
Yeah, I learn as I go, and I learned from doing my own research. So I actually took the time to find out.
I like that. I like that. With
And by the
Jeff.
way, to all the people watching this, if he doesn't edit out any of the stuff that I'm saying, these are all I joke. I am never serious. So don't take me seriously. This is just humor hiding awkwardness. That's what this is.
Well, I hope I'm not trying. I hope I'm not making you awkward. I hope
No, that's just me
I'm trying to make
24/7.
you
I'm
so
awkward
so
everywhere I go.
comfortable.
And it's awkward. It's nothing more than that. It's just a social awkwardness. It's part of the spectrum. I come across either too strong or not strong enough. So I don't know. I never know. I don't know how to human. I ain't one.
You shark.
I'm a shark. I'm not a human, and I'm not a goat. Stop calling me a goat. I'm a shark.
Is that people putting the
I
capital
get the
goat?
joke. I have to
I
kind of
like
do the
that.
joke because it's a funny response. That and my other favorite joke to do is like, yeah, I worked on the Bumblebee movie with John Cena and the entire production. I never even saw him.
I love how that joke has lasted for years.
John Cena freaking
Like
loves that
he
joke.
loves it. He went, I did
James
it
Gunn's the one that
once,
hates
and
it.
that was it. Now everyone just says, why is there just a floating helmet?
He's like, look, guys, it's just a floating. Like the fact that he did it to James Gunn at San Diego Comic Con
Oh,
was pretty
I
awesome.
love it. Because it's such like a small joke, but it's just continued for years and years, and I love that because it's just such
See,
a
that's what I mean. Like
continuous
that
joke.
balance of he will never be forgotten because of the whole "you can't even see me" thing. It was just probably something he made up. Just like everything I did in Marvel Rivals for Jeff is all just completely fabricated out of my brain mouth because there wasn't really a script. There was
Mm,
lines,
mm.
but they were written like Jeff reacts to so and so or Jeff feels a certain way in response to the. It wasn't like Jeff says da 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 da. I had to make all that stuff up.
That's brilliant. I love that. I love that. The voice of Jeff. Where did that come from? Like I can't see.
Well,
I can't do
I've shared this
it.
story before a few times, and thankfully half the story is sitting next to me. But the first half is my career goes way freaking back. I've been doing voiceover for a very long time. And I mentioned this in San Diego Comic Con just to interject this. Alan Tudyk is a national treasure, and I didn't
Mm,
mention this because I freaking love Nathan Fillion, but I was a little anxious at the panel. But Nathan Fillion also was also involved with this particular show, and he was Deadpool and Deadpool and Wolverine, and I didn't even think
yeah.
about it. I was literally did Ryan's voice and Cowboy Pool for Deadpool and Wolverine, sitting next to a castmate, and didn't even mention it. Stupid. Anyway, Alan Tudyk, if you want to know kind of a humorous way of what video game voice work is like, there's two specific episodes that are really funny that are about voice acting, but there's one about video game voice acting and a great show that's on YouTube for free right now, by the way, called Con Man. And Alan Tudyk's the main star, and Nathan Fillion is also in it, but it's like it's about the fake Firefly cast featuring the actual cast of Firefly. So it's extremely funny for people who do conventions, for people who are fans of pop culture. It was literally made for us. And those of us who have been on every side of the convention, it's literally a over overly it's based on real stuff. I'll just put it to you that way. I did several of them in person with Alan Tudyk. I had a sticky hand when I shook his ass. Should have fist bumped. Curse my and they were clean, but they sweated. And I feel like, oh no. I didn't stick the landing like Deadpool and Wolverine. Um, anyways, but I always recommend this because they do a great episode about video game voice work. So you kind of know what it's like. I just want to throw that in there because it's one of my funniest things. I really wish that show would continue, as well as Resident Alien. Somebody better pick that show
Oh,
up
I
because I
love
didn't.
Resident
He
Alien.
found out that it got canceled right before I met him, and I had no freaking
Oh,
clue. And I'm glad I didn't bring it up a lot. I made like one Harry Vanderspiegel mention when we were doing a picture. I was like, I'm doing the Harry song. He was like, it's more like a man, a grimace.
That's gonna be the thumbnail. Just
So I've been doing video games for a very long time, and that the session in Con Man is very similar to how rough it can actually go. And when I was doing one for Marvel versus Capcom Infinite, the
Mm,
symbiote warriors in there all had that kind of language, and it was very much like that type of session that I mentioned in the parody, where it was all really guttural, actiony voice stuff. So I'd kind of realized one of the things I do with part of my diagnosis is that when I notice patterns very, very quickly,
mm,
and sometimes I do something about it, sometimes I don't, but I notice them very quickly. And I noticed that some of the symbiotes actually had lines. They actually
mm.
were saying words. And I asked about halfway through, are they going to be subtitled? Will they actually see what the symbiotes are saying? He said, yes. I said, I need to go back and re-record. And he was like, what?
Mm.
I said, because some of these words are the same thing, and I want it to sound exactly the same as I said it the first time. And so keep this reference and this reference so I can. Oh, he's like, oh, you're creating an actual language for them. So I was like, yeah, I should, because otherwise somebody's gonna be like, he didn't say that. That's not the same way he said it sounded when he said
There's
that.
always one.
So yeah, and my brain's like, oh, it makes more sense this way. So I just kind of had, but he thought that was a cool, thing that I added to it. So that part of Jeff's voice already existed from a long time ago, and all the
Mm.
symbiotes were all like, so it was all like guttural, and it kind of has that watery sound to it. Like,
Yeah.
you've got water, an ocean shrunk down in your stomach like Jeff does. And then the other half is just because something Voxy Ditch just thinks is funny, which I've never, but it was on my demo for years. And I was like, I'm going to cut it out because it's funny and it's cute, but at the same time, you can't understand it very well. It's just a basic little baby voice. Oh, it's a baby. So I just mashed those two together because I knew based on the audition, I just had this feeling everybody else was going to make him more monstery and more creaturey.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think you should go cuter. I think I should
He's
go
got to
real
be
hard on
cute.
the cute. So I just made him as adorable as possible with that little baby thing. Otherwise, he would have sounded like the symbiotes. So when you mash them together, you get, and so it sounds adorable then. It doesn't sound like a creature anymore. But everybody else was like, "How you doing?" I was like, it's easy, honestly. It's not even my first dog. Like, I was Rush the dog in Mega Man 11, so I've been a robot puppy, and now I've been a shark puppy, and I'm gonna be an astronaut puppy, and in another game, it's Nerdy Bear Studios. What's the name? Amsterdam is what it's called. It's the
Okay.
Steam the free to play Steam demo is already out, but the voice stuff for it's not out yet. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm basically I need an Earth puppy, a fire puppy. I'll just go down the list. I'll have a whole Captain Planet of puppies that I've voiced at some point.
You'll have like a collection.
I feel like that's the way I should have thought about my career center. Go for the cute characters, the ones that people wanna
But everyone
wanna
thinks Jeff's
hear.
so
You do
cute.
100 Transformers, nobody freaking cares. But you do one freaking shark puppy, the whole world like, oh, you're the guy.
I remember when it was announced with the voice cast, people were like, Jeff the Shark is Optimus Prime. And I was like, what?
Yeah,
And it was like, oh my God. And
I'm
then I
more
just
like awkward Miss Prime.
Optimus Prime. Transformers, roll out
I did
if
I
you
did the
want
thing. If
to.
they ever continue Con Man, they will definitely put what I did in an episode because I did the thing where you only have one shot to get
Mm.
any type of content with these big stars. And Alan Tudyk being the voice of Optimus Prime for a show and me being the voice of Optimus Prime for a bunch of stuff, it just made sense to do an Optimus Prime video. And I did the thing where I'm like, let's make a video, and I didn't realize that I hit record before I started. So when I pulled up the phone to record, I pushed stop instead of record.
Oh,
The whole first take was way better than what I posted. And the one that we posted second was just kind of, huh? It was like, ah.
so we'll do it
And I
again.
was like, yeah, again, I could already see it was like, nope, you had your shot. We did a great job the first time and you didn't get it. It's not my fault. And I was like, it's gone. The magic it was over. I screwed it, pooch. There's
Technology
always
is just the
that's one of the
worst.
things that happens so many times at conventions where they get nervous and they push the button but too many times or not enough times. And that usually you find out later on like, no, I didn't get it. It's not on here. I didn't hit record.
And then it's just
Or you
it's
or you see the
something.
very beginning where it gets as soon as it gets like, okay, let's make the bit.
Okay, let's do this.
Nope. I did
You
the
just
stupid
said that
thing.
tonight to make sure
And I
that I
waited to
clicked
the
record.
very end. I was like, I said, would it be in a position to ask if I could get a picture with you, Mr. Philly? And he was like, he's like, I thought you'd never ask. I was like, I hope I didn't make him think that I didn't like him or because I didn't. I said a lot more about Alan Tudyk than I did about Nathan Fillion. It's just Nathan Fillion is such a big star. And he already beat me out for the job of Pacifica Northcutt's dad and Gravity Falls, which you can't get mad at that. He's Back at the time, he was TV's Nathan Fillion. Now he's movies Nathan Fillion.
Mm.
But anyway, and but I did try to put some humor in. The panel was just so early. It was on a Thursday. It was like early in the morning. Alan Tudyk finds out that his show is canceled. Nathan Fillion was in that one too. I mean, that would have been more residuals for him too, probably in the future. He's the voice of the octopus, in case anybody didn't know. But I
I
can't
I didn't
believe.
know that.
Yeah, I told you that.
I
That's
think you did
I
just
didn't know.
cousins. Forgot.
That's
yeah.
so cool.
So Harry's cousin is the octopus in the aquarium. That's Nathan Fillion's voice. Those guys always work on stuff together. They've been buddies since Firefly, or probably even before. I don't know. Anyway,
love
but
that.
it was
I love that.
Headpool, and I do Ryan's ADR, and I didn't see a flip fucking word about it. It's too little, too
happens.
late now.
It
Those things
happens.
never happen twice. I don't think you liked anyway. I did get one good pun in though, and he did the thing where. So what happened was they let us choose where we wanted to sit and which host side we wanted to sit, and then the two girls sat on the one end. I'm not sitting next to a 21-year-old blonde girl child that I don't know. It would have been really awkward for me, and so I was like, I'll sit with enough space where he can still sit with Alan because they're friends,
Yeah.
or he can sit on that side if he wants to. And Nathan sits on the arms of the two couches, and I made a joke of like, "I see you got to be taller than everyone else." He's like, "But of course." I was like, "It's a rookie move," and it was like the rookie was like on everybody's bag, and everybody's like, "Ah, the rookie,
The
we got
rookie
it."
move.
It's dumb. It was such a dumb pun.
I'm
That's
so
me.
excited about the Jeff pop. I'm
Well,
so glad.
you want to see it? I don't have it in my hand, but Voxy can get it for me. It's like on the table, or no, it's over there on the floor by
That's
by the
definitely
stuff.
one. That's definitely one that I'll be picking up because Jeff is just the cutest, as your intention was when you
That's
recorded
what
it.
I was going for. There he
There he
is.
is. Look at him.
And he
It's the
cute,
tongue out. It's the little run in.
and he's got this cute little on the side.
Just slowly moving
And there's
towards.
there's
There
then
you are.
Galacta. The really
Ah,
big Galacta is also involved in this set. But yeah, there's four total. The one big one
I
and the
love
three
them.
small ones.
I love them.
But yeah, that's pretty awesome. So they're coming out in a few weeks from what I heard. So I don't know, but
I've
I'm
got to pick
assuming by
them up.
the end of August they'll be in stores.
I hope so. We in the UK we run a bit short, unlike the rivals pops. They're quite
They're short
difficult to
everywhere.
get.
That's not just
It's
you. They're
it
short
was is
everywhere.
it like a shortage everywhere? Because I managed
Yep.
to get
And
Doom and
there was only
Galacta.
four out already,
Mm,
so that made them kind of short to get. And because they're putting out so many other stuff, it does make them really hard to find. But I did find out some good news. The and I found out some information as well, which made
mm.
more sense. There was a first appearance of Jeff in Funko, and that's the one where he's literally ulting Deadpool from the bottom. So he's
Oh,
eating Deadpool this way, like Jaws style. But the reason why it was so hard to find because it was blind boxed. It was only a handful of them out there, and you had no idea what you were getting until you opened it, which means it was not. You couldn't just go to a store, go online, and
go and
buy
pick it up.
one.
Yeah.
You had to get it on eBay or somebody had already get it. So there were very few of those out there. Now they're even harder to find. But I heard that or was told that they're re-releasing that one or read it somewhere. But that one's supposed to be coming out regular where you can just buy it, which
Yeah, I like that.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I think they should be if they were smart they want to print their own money. They make a small version of Jeff and put him next to each rival that he, teams up with. That would sell a lot of pops.
Or
Just
like
saying.
even have like a little bit of that costume on him as well, just to be like,
Well, I mean, I
this is
think
when it
they'd be
comes to this
smart to do
person.
other versions of him. Like you see,
Yeah.
he has so many different skins. But I think it would just sell a lot of pops if you put a cute little Jeff next to your main pop, like the Deadpool and Jeff one.
Yeah.
So I think that he makes the pop cuter, being not an accessory, but like part of the
Yeah,
figure. Anyway,
because
that's just my opinion.
Jeff is cute. Everyone finds Jeff cute. Everyone. It's such a thing. And they did that event where they had like you could play as Jeff and that was the only character. And it was
The
like a
winter
summer
event.
thing.
Yeah, that's the only one I ever played. So
The winter
technically,
thing,
I'm
yeah.
undefeated.
Boom.
1-0. I only have the game just to buy all the Jeff skins so I can make videos and pictures.
And honestly, the Jeff skins are so cute. I
Oh,
love
the Venom Jeff's
the
sick. I've been waiting for that
Venom
one for
Jeff's cool.
so
Venom
long.
Jeff is
Because
cool.
dude, I already knew of Jeff because
Yeah.
I already worked on Deadpool stuff. So I knew he was in that universe. But once I got the audition and then I booked it, I'm like, well, I need to find out everything I need to know about this before I actually go record the job. So I found out all of his tragic backstory with Gwenpool and Deadpool. But I actually, paid attention to the different stories where the different versions. So I found out about the Venom Jeff thing. I was like, they got to do that one. That would be just a no-brainer. And he looks great. I love
He does, yeah.
his little blue spiral beans are just that's a cool color scheme.
It's just, yeah.
People are like, oh, he's an orca. I was like, no, he's a freaking Venom Jeff. Like
It's an orca. In a Venom season. Yeah,
he's
he's an
now
orca,
that he's a
yeah.
killer shark that makes him a orca instead. So he's got to go eat SeaWorld now for what they've done. For, feed the fishies.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so sad. He's gonna go
I'm
and
gonna
eat
have to edit this
SeaWorld.
so much.
No, but I love doing it because I love watching it back because it just makes me smile again. Because I'm pretty sure a majority of this is just me with a big smile on my face. Because it's lovely to hear the care that you guys put into the characters and the research you guys do. Because
Well, I don't know about them, but I do.
everyone I've
I do that with
spoken to has
everything that
had
I
that.
don't already know really well. Like with Transformers, I don't need to do my research. I already know.
Oh,
I
Transformers are the
have to just
best.
base it on what they write if they have a specific idea for that. 'Cause like for currently for PUBG Mobile,
Mm,
I'm all of the Transformers voices for that. So Megatron and Optimus Prime are playable, but there's also four other voice packs in there: Bumblebee, Starscream, Grimlock, and Soundwave. And I do all of those voices. But this is the first time they had me do a very different version. The four
mm,
voice packs are new Transformers voices for me for those four characters, even though I booked them before. Bumblebee basically sounds like me, but younger. And that's a little bit different than what I normally do for Bumblebee. Soundwave has a more cool, like, I really don't know. It is more like the old school video games,
mm.
where he actually had lines and he didn't just say Operation Perfection and Soundwave Superior. He actually talks. And this was my first time voicing Starscream this way, which is a very, oh, Megatron, I didn't see you standing there. Because normally Starscream is very whiny and grainy. And for Transformers 1, when I was doing ADR, I was doing Steve Buscemi's All That Matters Is the Strength of One Bot Over Another. So there's only three Starscream voices that I've booked. But that was my first time doing that type of Starscream voice, which
Mm.
that was pretty cool. So go check out PUBG Mobile's a limited time event. So get those skins while you can, because the skins are permanent, but the event will end at the end of the month. So make sure you go join on PUBG Mobile. Yes, it still exists and it's awesome. So regardless of what the haters gonna say.
I adore Transformers. And knowing how many Transformers you give the voice to as well, it's such
Yeah,
like in the
100 rolls
wiki
and count. It
in the
was really
in the
weird.
games and
It's definitely the
stuff.
first time I've ever said "winner, winner, chicken dinner." That was- that's a weird one. I did have a lot of fun with the puns at the event though, because they did one
Mm.
of the events in Irvine. And I was like, I can drive that. So they have the frying pan. It's kind of a PUBG Mobile thing, and I came up with Optimus Prime shall fry by my pan. I got dad jokes all day.
Boom, boom, and I love it. I love Transformer dad jokes. Yeah, I've got to ask though. I have got to ask because obviously I know you voiced quite a few Transformers. Who's your favorite Transformer? It doesn't have to be one that you voiced, but
It's
I just
it's
need to
so
know.
it's always been, even before I got to book the voices for them, it's always been Shockwave and Soundwave, and they're like that much off. They would be even, except I feel like Soundwave is cooler
Mm,
and Shockwave is just, I don't know how to put it in word. I've always just had something for Shockwave because of a very specific reason.
mm.
Shockwave was introduced to me first in the comic books.
Okay.
And he was back taking care of Cybertron while Megatron's off playing around with Optimus Prime. After a while, he gets like, "What the frack's going on? We're running out of juice here." So he comes to Earth looking for him, and he takes out the entire Autobot team with a one blast. He usurps Megatron as leader. It's like, you're not doing a good job. So he traps Megatron, the strongest Decepticon there is, and he takes Optimus Prime's head off. But basically puts it up to use it to create new Transformers. And he had one hand, he had one eye. I was like, man, he's
That is
he's
cool.
handy capable. And he like took out Optimus Prime and Megatron and all of his enemies and took over as the main bad guy. That put him
That
He
is
took
pretty
all it
cool.
took all of the Dinobots to take down Shockwave in the comic books. That just made him, and he was my favorite color. I just
Oh, there you go
instantly
then.
just
There you go.
favorite. So,
Yeah.
but Soundwave, I loved his design. I loved his voice. I loved he's just cool. He doesn't say a lot, but what he does say sounds awesome. So it's just hard to pick between those two. But Shockwave is just, because he's purple.
Mm.
Because of that one particular story, that's why he's only
It's just
slightly
cool.
more my favorite. So I
See, 'cause
literally go
mine's
Shockwave, Soundwave, and then Optimus, and then my top 10 include Hot Rod, Jazz, Scorponok, one of my favorite, the old school
Scorponok is cool.
purple and green and gray. That one is freaking sick, and I wish that one would get a lot more love. RC's always been one of my favorites, and Grimlock's always been one of my favorites, and Starscream. So there you go.
I
Megatron's
love
on
that.
the list, but he's never been my favorite. I just thought he was a great bad guy, and I thought he had a great villain voice.
It's very classic. Classic
It's
villain
just like
voice.
it's like he gargles knives for breakfast.
My
True
favorite's
breakfast
Blaster.
of champions, razor blades.
I need Megatron to be saying that somewhere. No, because you love Soundwave, I love Blaster. I in the 1990s
That's cool.
film,
I would
I love
never ever do
Blaster.
the voice of Blaster for good reasons.
Yeah, of
Same for
course, of
Jazz.
course.
I've had the opportunity. I'm like, nope, not me.
Yep, nope, not doing that. Yeah, honestly, with Rivals, obviously a massive success, and it's brilliant to see how much love Jeff has been getting as well. Like as a
I
fresh character,
appreciate
like
that. Jeff is adorable.
yeah,
He should have
he
had
is
this
so
much.
cute.
He should have had this much attention a long time ago. It just took a while for him to his, but I mean, there's so many things like that, like the song "Running Up That Hill." Stranger Things, without that song, without that show, nobody would know
Hmm.
how great that song was. And
Yeah,
sometimes it takes 20, 30, 40 years for something to happen. That didn't take that long for Jeff. Jeff just kind of came in the mid 2010s, I think, something like that, maybe early 2000s. It hasn't been that long. He's finally got his due. He's freaking cute, man.
he's
He's
so
only
cute.
gotten cuter. But I think the Rivals version of Jeff is the freaking cutest. I
Oh,
mean,
he's
I
so
love that
cute.
they added the stripes and the collar because now we know, oh, he's a tiger shark, obviously, because he has the
Mhm.
stripes and he's got the little collar, so you know who he is. He's got a little Jeff name tag on, and he's freaking cute.
It's so cute. It's brilliant how much you love Jeff as well, and all the other
Yeah, I mean,
characters that you
like I said,
voice
I
and stuff. It's
loved Jeff
brilliant.
before I found out about doing the voice for him or anything because I love Deadpool. Deadpool is just
Mm.
such a fun character. Deadpool is basically Marvel's Freakazoid. If you don't know who Freakazoid is, my buddy Paul Rugg did the voice for this fantastic show for Warner Brothers back in the 90s. He was basically Deadpool, and I was like, when it's Deadpool, I was like, that's Freakazoid. I love him. He's meta, he's zany and nuts. He's completely unpredictable. It's freaking, and he does impressions sometimes. I freaking great.
But I love characters like that. I love the zany characters. I think they're just
Well, I
fun.
love
It's
that
rare.
I've been the voice of both, though. I've been the voice of Deadpool for some stuff that I'm never allowed to talk about because it's all experimental. Who knows where it'll even go? But I've
Mm.
got to be, voices for Disney Imagineering, and I've got to be the voice of Deadpool for How It Should Have Ended for pretty much all of their stuff,
Mm.
except for some really old stuff before they knew me. And that one's gotten really popular. And I just kind of do Deadpool on my own social media, which kind of, that led to getting the job with Maximum Effort and doing the commercial with Ryan Reynolds. So he's a fun character. He's easy to get into. He's so,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
With the
just
left
fun.
lube, anybody's easy enough to get into. I know. Had to cut that joke out. Preschool toys present.
I as previously mentioned, I am a massive fan of the Honest Trailers. I watched them when I was a kid and I grew up watching them. I've always found them really
And you sound so
enjoyable.
old when you say
Okay,
it.
I'm not yeah, sorry. I've been enjoying them for many years.
I've been on it for a decade and a half.
Yeah, there
So
you go.
if
Yeah,
you were
there
a
you go.
kid, you'd have to be at least, a teenager-ish to
I'm
have
I'm
been. So
I'm 24
the
now.
only people that were kids when they were watching it were probably in their teenage years because now they're probably in their closer to 30s.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm 24, so I'm
There you
close.
go.
But I loved
You were
watching them.
young. Your parents shouldn't let you on the phone that young. Jeez. Didn't even know they had video phones back in the day. Would you
When
watch
I
this on a
say kid,
Packard Bell
probably I
freaking
used to just
gateway
do
computer?
do dial up and go, yep, there we go. Honest, but
In a
I
word.
love them. Tell me something to say, my epic voice.
Exactly. Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, I got glitter because Voxy freaking got glitter on her head. Uh, I get to pick the comments.
That's
For
cool.
for the first time in over 15 years, somebody finally went on vacation at Screen Junkies, and Epic Voice Guy gets to pick the comments for 1 week only. I've already picked the ones for this coming week's comments because nobody paid attention to my post, but maybe your fans will pay attention.
There we
Go
go.
to the Paramount, the Naked Gun on Australia that we did for the new Paramount collab, and leave a comment. And you have to don't just leave a comment, but in your epic voice, or please say, or whatever, but write in quotes what you want me to say, and I will say it in the epic voice at the end of the trailer. I'm only picking 5 comments. I got five
Ooh.
comments to pick, and they will go in not this coming week's trailer, but the week after. So go do it now, because you only got 1 week to get them selected, and I'll pick 5 people at random. So make them good, and
Yeah,
I'll say
make
them.
them
I
good.
say them how you spell them, so you better get your quote and your spellings right.
Just spell them completely wrong.
Exactly. This is a limited time thing. I have not got. They've told me like if you ever see a comment and you can we'll accept yours and see
Hmm.
if we like it or not. This is the first time they're like, hey, I'm gonna be on vacation. You get to pick the comments for 2 weeks. I'm like, oh snap!
See,
Like,
that's
I
cool.
get to
That's
actually pick
fun.
them. So I didn't I ran this little idea on by the internet for several days, and I only had one person that got involved, and he left a random comment. He didn't put something for me to say, and I'm like, oh, that's not how the Force works, bro. Clearly did not understand the assignment. This
You
was
just
a
put
pretty easy
a
one.
comment.
Just tell me what to say in the epic
Right,
voice
there we
in the
go.
comments of the
Somebody
naked
go
gun
comment.
on his trailer. It was out 2 weeks ago. It's not that far back. Just go there.
Go
That made me
find
look
it.
good to
Put
Paramount.
something. Yeah. Because I mean, I'm really excited to watch
Transformers
that film.
1, you know,
Yeah,
they're my
Paramount's
boys.
awesome.
You're my boy, Blue.
I can't believe. So you said it's been 15 years you've been in Honest Trailers.
Oh, a little over,
So cool.
actually. 2012.
That's
So
so
yeah.
cool.
Well, I guess
I love them.
2011, I guess it was. So yeah, it's been almost 15 years.
Yeah, that's mental. I watched like I said, I've been watching them for ages. It's I mean, you're a voice that I've listened to for years. Then,
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't realize that, this also backfires, but also proves that I have good SEO, as Foxy Dish likes to point out, because people keep tagging me in this whole Sweeney Todd American Beagle ad. I'm not going to use the real names because they don't deserve it. And also Caged Heat from Mortal Kombat. Neither one of those are me, guys. Just because it is an epic voice, and it's not the epic voice.
There we
Okay,
go.
I
There
know
we
what I
go.
worked on, and those ain't me. Those are some bad knockoff. Actually, I do know who won the Caged Heat one. I do know that voice. If you're a movie fan, you'll remember the movie Tropic Thunder in the beginning of the movie. That's the same guy. His name's Howard Parker. You're welcome.
Oh, okay. There we go. Because
I
honestly,
know my voices.
that
I know my
voice
voice
is
dudes, and I know
brilliant.
all the epic voices in the industry, so you can't fool me. But I know it is not my voice, and I didn't have nothing to do with that ad that's getting all controversial and people trying to tag me like, is Jon Bailey complacent? And I'm like, what? I don't even know what this is. What is this?
That's not
I ain't gonna watch this crap.
me.
It ain't nerdy. I don't like it.
Yeah. No, you know what? That's a t-shirt I want on it. That's something I want on a t-shirt, not a t-shirt that I want on a t-shirt. That's something I want. If it ain't nerdy, I don't want it. Because
Right?
I love it. I love the nerdiness of everything. And
I
this
mean, I'll
is
do my
no,
jobs, but
it's
I
the
also
best.
have ethics. I'm like, I have a very specific rule. I do not do alcohol ads unless they specifically request me, and then I can
Mm,
look at it and decide for myself whether or not I want to do it or not. Because I mean, I've done a lot of anti-drinking, and so don't drink and drive campaigns, but
mm,
I've also, as a favor to the Warp Zone, who I've been working with for over a decade, they did one for the new Mountain Dew.
mm.
Code Red, and I'm like, oh well, those guys, it's fine, and it was like an in-person on camera. I was playing a news anchor kind of thing. So it's like I'm very particular about it, but I don't do any gambling ads. I don't do any adult content. I don't work on any hentai. I don't work on any like super gory,
Yeah.
nasty stuff that I wouldn't personally approve of. I've done trailers for horror movies, but at the same time, there's certain ones I'd be like, nah. I had one. I was like, whoa, this is not something I'm gonna do, put my voice on. I'm sorry. I appreciate it, but no,
Yeah.
thank you. So
Because your name is just linked
I
to it.
try to keep the brand family friendly. I want everybody to enjoy what I
Yeah.
post. I don't want them to be like, well, you can't watch this. This is too grown up for you.
I like that though. I like that. I like the fact that, you've got that
Well, I mean,
ability to pick and
obviously you
choose.
limit your audience when you make stuff that's only specifically for adults or for
Yeah.
children. The adults don't really care about watching the kid stuff unless they have little kids, and the kids don't watch the adult stuff because it's too adult. So I was like, well, I need to find a middle ground where, like Transformers One, find a middle
Oh,
ground where it's pretty
love
much
that film.
anybody five and up that can watch this. I'd love to be at where it's from 1 to 100. You'll
Yeah.
like it no matter what. So my personal, eventually I'm making my own cartoons, and doing that, I'm making sure that even what little bit of language gets into these PG movies, that's not gonna happen. We'll make up our own.
Mm.
Back in the day, you guys are old school Transformers, right? We said scrap. We didn't say the bad words. We
Yeah.
said fake robot words that sounded like that. Just like I coined this thing with Jeff where he says, "What's up, fishes?" Say nothing wrong with that. That's totally fine.
He's just saying what's up to some fishes.
Exactly. You say what's up to your fellow fish peoples.
Exactly. And as a
Your fellow
fish, he would
Jeffs.
say hello. What's up, my Jeffs?
I got a pretty good response out of that though from the Comic-Con panels. That was the first time I thought of it. I was like, I'm gonna try that one out. I've come up with some good ones that I'm definitely gonna be using soon. I'm not gonna give
Definitely.
away.
Oh, definitely.
No more spoilers.
I
But
like
it's gonna be the
definitely.
definitive Jeff jokes.
The
Just saying.
Oh, that needs to be a book. I'm just saying right now, do a publishing deal.
I'm giving it maximum Jeffert.
I love it.
I know these jokes are Jeffertless.
I'm trying to think of one and I can't. I suck. It's making me so Jeffin' mad.
No Jeff
Ah!
anyway. There you go. Unlike
That's
some of
really
my
helpful,
cast members, I managed to maintain my voice throughout Comic-Con, but it doesn't mean it wasn't strained. So I'm not trying to
No, I can
trying not to
imagine.
kill myself. I got requested by one of my favorite IPs that I haven't booked yet. and I don't often get requested. Usually you just get an audition like everybody else does, but I was actually told you were specifically requested for this. So I gave what little bit of juice I had vocally that was left over from Comic-Con for that audition on Tuesday and gave it all I had.
Mm.
And it was due on Monday night, and I was like, I need a little more time before I don't
Just
want
to
this to
rest it.
sound
Yeah.
terrible. But then after doing that, I get this new audition for something. And I'm like, flocking, gotta be flocking kidding me over here. So yeah, I was just nothing but voice rest for 2 straight days, and then researched while I kept my levels down. But it's a very delicate balance. If you're ever blessed enough, if God shines down upon you to have you where you're booking several jobs a week, and that does not happen for everybody. So I am not ungrateful for that. I am
Mm.
extremely appreciative of how busy I am. And not all of them are glamorous. Not all of them are super nerdy and popular. Some of them are doing pirates in a Dr. Pepper ad on the radio and Spotify or whatever. So I'm sure you on your drive to work, you've heard me in things you didn't even know I was in. Those are all great and good. But when I get these jobs like these, and when these
Mm.
guys come along and stuff for my favorite brands, from Transformers, from Star Wars, from even Street Fighter, Evil Dead, I've got to work for some of my favorite brands. So I try to give those a little extra effort,
Yeah.
because I really care about that stuff. That's the stuff that I grew on loving, and I would love to be that thing that makes somebody else go, man,
Yeah.
that's cool. I'd love to do that one day. And I've tried to do this career the most ethical, professional way as possible. I have
Yeah.
tried not to brown nose and butt kiss or go into any islands, you know. Uh, I haven't drinking any children's blood. I haven't had to eat baby meat sandwiches or anything like that. I hear the kosher baby meat's the really good stuff, though. Um, I haven't gone to any road parties with candles. Haven't been branded. Satan can't have my soul. God already got it. So there's no contract. It's just hard work and not like trying to make friends with the people who make the stuff.
Mm.
I do my job. I do it really well. I try to make sure my clients get done early for lunch. I try to take direction extremely well and really understand what they're saying and then apply that so I get it done in a couple of takes and get through it and get them done early. And then I don't have to audition. They're like, we gotta get John back in here. And then I start just getting requested and then I come back and come back and come back. Sometimes I have to re-audition for my own characters, but I do care. I care about my
Mm.
job and I care about the people who are listening because I am one of those people. I love Marvel. I love Transformers. I don't want to do bad voices. If I'm not right for the role, I want it to be a great voice and a great
Yeah.
actor, and it doesn't have to be me. And as a middle-aged white male, I definitely should be in the minority, not in the majority, because they shouldn't be doing things the way they did them back in the days that we grew up watching cartoons and
Mhm.
playing games where one group of white cast and one white female did all the voices, and there might have been
Yeah.
one African American. It shouldn't be that way. So
No,
I'm
not at
trying
all.
with my own independent cartoons and our own independent live production stuff that we're trying to work on, which takes a very long process. We are trying to make sure that we are extremely inclusive and diverse, and not making a big deal about it, just making it
Just
normal.
make it.
Like
Yeah.
that's just the way it is. These are just people being people, and it should be a little bit of everybody. Why not? It doesn't seem that hard of a task to make it not all look like me. So same thing goes with voices. Just because I can sound like these actors doesn't mean I don't do those auditions. I don't do those jobs where this actor passed away. I was like, you're telling me that I'm the only guy for this African American or this Native American or this Asian
Mm.
American actor that could do this job out of thousands of tens of thousands of voices out. Come on, So
Yeah.
like I meant, professionally and ethically, I don't go after other actors' jobs. I get auditions for sound alikes all the time, but my number one rule is why can't the other guy do it? And if they don't have a good reason, I ain't gonna touch it. This
Yeah.
happened with Futurama. I'm like, hey John, what's going on, man? I got an audition for Bender. He's like, that had nothing to do with me, man. But I appreciate you having my back because that's how this business works. I would not have done, and I did not do Bender's audition because he was like, I would have been, I'm able and willing. They did not
Yeah.
want to contact me. So I'm like, no, I got John's back because I want them to have my back when it comes to jobs. And I want to work with these guys, not replace them. I'm not a scab. I'm not a scud missile, as Jess Harnell claimed that's what he nicknamed me at one convention I was with. I'm like, dude, I want to work with you dudes. Like, I'm in Animaniacs with you, Jess. I didn't take your job. I was some additional character. So yeah, I don't mind doing temporary voice work when I know the other actors are going to come in and do their jobs.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. There have been understudies for decades, for centuries. Since Shakespeare, they had understudies. They had people that filled in during rehearsals if the other actor was late or was busy or whatever. That's all it really is. It's no different than having a stuntman, guys. I'm not taking any jobs. I'm just throwing that out there because there's a few people that are a little toxic about certain jobs that I do. I won't talk about, but I have family to feed. I have kids to take care of. I've I got to take care of myself, obviously. So I need a place to live, and food would be nice.
It does help. It does help.
Work for
I've heard it's good for
DuckTales.
you.
Not really. I'd love to work for I did audition for DuckTales, but I didn't get it because I was so I don't I think I messed myself up on that one. I was so sad because it was for Scrooge McDuck and Launchpad and their actors
Oh,
had passed
wow.
away. And it was fairly recently since they'd I'm like, I don't have the heart to audition for these two. I don't want to be the new voice for the guys when they just died. Oh, come on.
Yeah,
And I was so happy it was David Tennant. He's freaking fantastic.
Yeah,
Way
and
more famous than me. I love David Tennant.
I love
Anyway, I don't know,
David
but the guy who does Launchpad, don't forget that guy. I could have done better than that guy. I think I've seen that actor before. He always plays like the guy that he's like the, jerky guy that nobody likes, the college frat fraternity guy or whatever.
He's
kind of
that
always
guy.
he always plays a chip or something, a Chet.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah. Like, oh, there he is. He's back. You see him before he even mutters a line. You're like, no, I know who this character's gonna be.
Yeah, it works for Launchpad. It was a great show.
I love DuckTales. I'm just thinking about DuckTales now.
I loved the Disney afternoon, man. If there was a show that I would love to be in, though, it would have been a Darkwing Duck show. But unfortunately, Darkwing didn't get a new show. He only got cameos in DuckTales, which was still cool. But I love Darkwing Duck was my
Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck and Gargoyles any day of the week. I would love to be in either one of those shows. After I saw I, Frankenstein, I'm like, please make a live action Gargoyles. Please.
They could though.
They've talked about it. They just hadn't done it yet. We're still waiting for all these other ones that they claim. Voltron's, we're still waiting. Warhammer, we're still waiting.
The Warhammer one, because it keeps coming up every now and then. I'm like, awesome. Okay, come on then. Okay, I didn't hear anything. It's okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate so much for you to come onto the channel. It's amazing speaking with you. I'm glad we could sort this out.
I will say that you can go on Disney Plus right now and look up the Doomies, and there's actually a little bio for a brand new cartoon that I'm going to be in. And it says coming soon, doesn't say when, but I would assume something like that might come out spooky season. That's just my opinion. But yeah, check out the Doomies. I'm the voice of Doug and the main cast of that show. It's my first time being in a main regular character in an animated series, and it's for Disney. It's old school, traditional 2D animation. It looks freaking amazing and really funny. Very, very good show. So check out the blurb about it on Disney Plus right now. And I'm going to be at Justice Comics in Tempe, Arizona, if I'm saying Tempe, Arizona, next weekend, and then Chattanooga the last weekend of September. And I think there's a few small shows in between here and there, but those are the big ones that I've been trying to let people know about. Trying to get across the country, everybody. I really am, and I would love to come to your neck of the country, the world, if that ever
across
was
the
a thing
pond.
that could happen. If I would be allowed over there, would there being any problems with travel? There you
Thank
go.
You so much,
All right.
Ryan. You look after yourself. Thank you so
Appreciate
much. Bye now. Bye bye.